Welcome to Retirement Ramblings. I'm Scott, and today is day 94 on my countdown to retirement. So, today was a pretty slow day at work, so I updated all the apps on my smartphone because I had time to do that. I renewed my Bolden subscription for another year, so that worked out good for me. I was still grandfathered into the original price I bought or paid back in 2022, which for me is $96, and I know that they've gone up. I want to say it's either 120 or 144 now. But anyway, I still got it for my $96 a year, which I think is a steal. And then I watched a video that Joe Kuhn put out called 10 Unexpected Positives of Retirement No One Talks About. And the link will be in the description box down below. And then I've been continue to get pretty much the same old stuff in my YouTube video feed. So I decided today that I was going to go in and clean out the feed of all the history. So that way the algorithm will start throwing new content up for me, predicated on any searches I do, plus the various channels that I've subscribed to. So I just want to get some new stuff showing up in the feed because stuff that I've been getting recently is just not doing it for me. Then I checked out the stock market following the close, and we were down today. So that's that. And then I asked my wife if she wanted to walk down. We have a community mailbox, so I asked her if she wanted to walk down and get the mail with me. So we took a walk down there, and when I opened the box, there was a package in there from Aetna. And that's who my wife has her Medicare Advantage plan through. So she opened the package, and voila, Aetna is not offering her plan or any other plan in our area in 2026. So she got notified that she'll have a special period of time that she can, switch back to original Medicare with Medigap plus a prescription drug plan, or find another company that still is offering Medicare Advantage in our area and switch to that plan during the open enrollment period. So, it's really unfortunate because my wife really liked this plan. It's been a solid plan for us. And so now we'll go back through the analysis all over again to see if there's any Medicare Advantage plans that are worthwhile with companies that we feel comfortable with, because most of the companies on the list that they sent us I either have never heard of or don't have good reputations, one or the other. And then I'm also going to have to dig into figuring out the cost structure of going to, let's say, either a plan N or a plan G, probably N, but plan N with the so part A, part B, Medigap plan N plus whatever the prescription drug plans are that I can get in my area, see what that works out to be financially and whether that makes sense for us or not. And then on top of that, I'd have to add back on a vision plan. I'd have to add back on a dental plan, both of which were included in her Medicare Advantage. So I know it'll for sure be much more expensive. It's just a matter of how much more expensive it's going to be. So we'll see what happens there. And then when I go into the determination, here in the next 30 days, I'm guessing my company will let me know whether we're staying with my current provider, who's Cigna, or if they're changing somewhere else. If we're staying with the current provider, then I know what's going to happen relative to Cobra. If we move to a new provider, I'd have to see what their Cobra plan costs would be, and then I'll have to be able to make the decision between Cobra and the ACA between the end of the year and when I'm eligible for Medicare next year, and then go through the whole Medicare analysis all over again to determine what's the best for me to go join once I'm Medicare eligible. Then I spent some time putting together a proposed list of lab tests for my wife to request. Her current primary care physician became a concierge doctor, so she had to set up an appointment with a new PCP that's accepting patients in our area. So I forget what day it is, sometime in middle to latter part of October. And so I sent her a list of lab tests that I think will make a good baseline for her to request from the doctor so that he can analyze, kind of her whole health situation when he meets with her versus just getting the traditional, like, here's a urinalysis for your kidney function, here's a CMP for your basic organ and electrolyte functions, and maybe and also a CBC, right? And most women also get like a thyroid panel. Like outside of those four things, nobody ever seems to order anything else for her. And occasionally, they throw in a lipid panel. So I want her to get an ApoA A and B test, hemoglobin A1C, a C peptide, a fasting insulin, the CBC with differential, the CMP with platelet counts. I want her to get a TIBC, which is the iron and total iron binding capacity, reticulate counts, GGT, which is gamma glutamyl transferase test, a homocysteine test, an HSCRP, a SED rate test with modified Westogran, a lipid panel, the hydrovitamin D, the T3 reverse, the T3 total, the T3 free, the T4 total, the thyroid peroxides and thyroglobulin antibody test, a complete urinalysis, and then a vitamin B12 and folate test. So if you get all that, which I did, I want to say 2 or 3 years ago now, it gives you a way better, more comprehensive review of your overall health. And I was able to find things that I didn't know about that I can now monitor or take corrective action on. And I want her to be in the same position. So she's going to make the request, and we'll see what the doctor says, whether he does it or not. And if he's unwilling to, then I'll go to Ulta Labs, and whatever ones he's not willing to write for her, I'll just pay for directly and have it done at Ulta Labs. And then she'll upload the results of the tests to the portal that the doctor uses in advance of her visit with him. And then when she goes in, they'll be able to not only have a comprehensive discussion on all the lab tests as a baseline for her, but whatever other things that she might want to discuss with the doctor. And at least it'll be a good first kind of, again, baseline meeting. And then I spoke with my mom, and she told me that she had gone over today to my nephew's because he wanted her to see a new car that he bought. It ended up being a Mercedes, which made me laugh because my nephew's in the real estate industry, and every single person that I know that's in the real estate industry drives a Mercedes. So it must be like a thing. But anyway, it just cracked me up. So anyway, that's my update for today. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section down below or drop me an email at myretirementramblings@gmail.com. Otherwise, I hope you have a great evening, and until tomorrow, take care.